Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sober Not Sober.
So, I'm Mekaylay. I'm sober.
What's up? I'm Grant, and I am not sober. I feel like I should be the one sounding like that.
I wanted to switch it up.
I wanted to switch it up a little bit today. We hope everyone is having a very good day today.
Okay. I hope everybody's having a good day, unless you tuned into the alternate halftime show.
Fair. And actually, mine goes along with yours. I hope everyone has had a great day today, besides Erica Kirk. So today's episode, we're gonna go over a couple.
We're
different
starting
things.
off hot, and we got to keep moving because we
We're
got a lot of stuff to go over.
Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're here. I appreciate you. I love you. Again, I will show you my body. He's gonna probably bleep that, but I just want you to know that that is on the table. If you do subscribe, comment, and leave a like. So
We're starting off really hot today.
starting off hot. Do you want to start with the couple things you wanted to get to me in the last episode?
Yeah. We
Okay.
can start off here.
Give me.
I'll start off with this. If you didn't watch episode 21, go back, watch episode 21.
Watch episode 21.
I brought this up at the end of the episode, so make sure you watch it all the way through. My suspension story. We'll just start. We'll keep rolling. We'll keep rolling.
All right. So suspended from high school, yeah? This
Yeah,
was in
suspended from
senior
high
year?
school.
Junior year?
Junior year,
Cool.
I believe.
Okay.
Junior year.
Little bad boy junior year.
So it was junior year. Big pothead. We both
Right.
were huge potheads.
Right.
So we were watching, I think it was Romeo and Juliet. And it was just,
As one pothead does. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, in
exactly.
class. In class.
In class, yeah, in class.
I was like, oh, just so you and the homies were getting stoned watching Romeo and
everybody
Juliet.
in high school ever has watched Romeo and Juliet.
That's true.
And they still are. It's still part of the curriculum.
Was it some like early 2000s live action, readaptation kind of thing, or was it older?
I don't remember because I know we watched it freshman year. No, it was Great Gatsby.
So different story. Different.
Yeah, we
different
watched
thing.
that in Banky's class.
Okay.
This freshman year was when we watched that. This was the Great Gatsby.
Shouts out.
So of
Bank.
course, dude. So I was like, first period watching a movie. What else is a 16-year-old, 15-year-old gonna do? You're gonna get high. I don't condone it. I don't condone it.
Movie days in class when they would just the
So
teacher was like,
stupid.
"Yo, I got some shit going on in my life. Can you guys please just shut up and watch some movie?" You know?
Yeah.
I feel like it definitely had to have been the teacher being like, "My life sucks today, and I don't want to deal with you idiots." So
This one was actually
watch a
scheduled
movie.
though because we had like read the book,
Oh, right.
and it was probably the first book I actually ever read in my entire life.
right. Yeah.
Don't remember any of it now, but
The Green Eyes. I don't know why that's like a core memory. From
I don't
that.
understand. You just my mind exploded when you brought that
It
up.
took you a second to get there, but you got there.
So I'm like, okay, gonna walk to school. I lived right across from the high school, so it was like,
Yeah.
I would just, pack a bowl, walk across the street, and then I'd hit the pipe. I'd hide it in my parents' front yard. So at this time, I was also doing things I probably shouldn't have and selling things I probably shouldn't have. It's
neither-
past the time. Come get me.
Neither here nor there.
Dare ya.
Go ahead.
So I had stuff in my backpack the night before.
Right.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
And it's
Too
still,
much, yeah.
the residual smell was still there.
Of course.
So
A Jansport's going to keep that going on for a
yeah,
while.
exactly. So that cotton really held it in there.
Yeah.
So I probably smelled a little too.
Sure.
I didn't like throw in a mint or gum or anything. I just fucking rip a chillum and then I just
So-
walk across the street.
So
And my
let's
fingers would smell like
before we even get to the suspension, you could have guessed it was coming, right?
Eventually,
with
yeah.
a couple of these behaviors, no drops, no smell.
Yeah.
Didn't manage any of it. Look, it happens. You
I
get
got lazy, dude.
You got lazy.
I got
Yeah,
lazy.
We just,
Yeah, I got
Jinx, you
lazy.
owe
I
me
got
soda,
caught.
dude. You get lazy.
So-
you get lazy.
I get to school, bag reeks, my mouth reeks, my fingers reek.
Reek.
And I didn't learn my lesson. I never wouldn't make sure that I didn't after that.
Right.
So then our snitch of a teacher. No, I get it. You're a teacher.
Yeah, you
Your kids
have
aren't
to
doing
as
drugs?
the teacher. Please, teacher, if you find kids
Yeah.
doing something, please.
So I get
Say
it.
something.
And the next thing I know, shout out.
Shout out,
Yeah.
legend.
I'll leave
Literal
it in.
legend.
He's a fucking legend. I'll blur it out. I won't say his name again actually because I'm gonna include him in the story.
Okay.
He comes and grabs me. He's like, "Yo, grab your black security guard, by the way. No black people at our school. We had 3 black people.
You had 3 black
and
people,
they were
and
half
then
black.
the 2 security guards for the entire
Full
school were
black.
just
and they were so cool.
They were literally the coolest people on campus.
They were they were so fucking
easily
cool.
the coolest people.
So he pulls me out and he's like, "Yo, come here." And I come up to him. He's like, "Yo, grab your bag." I'm like, "Fuck." So I knew it was coming.
Right.
And obviously got lazy, so I'd always keep a lighter in my pocket because obviously I'm gonna smoke at lunch too.
Yeah. Right.
I'm like, I'm just ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. So, I'm like, damn, all right. So I get on the golf cart, and on the way to the golf cart, I'm like, okay. I like just throw my water bottle away, and I just like pull my lighter out of my pocket and threw it away. And he's like, "Yo, what are you throwing away?" And I was like, "A lighter, bro." I was like, "I'm not trying to get caught for a lighter."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man, get in the fucking golf cart."
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, all right,
man.
And I was like, I think I got away with it. So, and I'm like, okay, I got rid of the only thing I have.
But your bag.
But my bag. So I get to the office, right?
Right.
Hold on, let me get comfy. I get to the office. Principal's there. Cop is there. You know the cop we had on campus.
Brutal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
So
great.
she's there, and then there. By the way, hold on. Move your fucking head to the side. Look at your hat has a 47 on it. It actually fucking does. I'm not kidding.
Yes, it's not for the 47th. It's just it's like the main hat company for sport brands is 47.
Oh, on the side.
Yeah, no, I know. It's even on the inside. It's like the main. It's like the main. I didn't vote for him either time. Okay. Either time. I
had to get that out of the way.
Yeah, I do want to clarify that.
I kept looking. I'm like, that actually says, yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Anyways.
That's not. No.
Sorry.
Nope.
Sorry.
No, I'm going to keep my head this way.
Yeah. So, anyways, I get in there. Principal's like, all
Hey,
right. Yeah.
Time out. One thing I want to say about you.
What,
Shave
motherfucker?
this shit, motherfucker.
No, dude.
Yeah, dude, that little stick out right there. We don't need that. No one asked for
I
that.
shaved it for my wedding, and you know how fucking itchy it was for weeks? Not doing that ever again. I'm a grown man, and I'm proud.
How about just take scissors to just right there so it doesn't come out of a crew neck? All right. I'm supporting Trump. You're a hairy bastard. All right. Yeah.
This is going off the rails quick. So I get to the principal's office.
Yes.
Tommy B, Deputy D.
Brew.
Fucking, that was a bar right there.
That's a bar. And that's a tough. That's the worst smoke circle I could really.
Yeah.
The worst smoke session.
So then I get in there and they're like, "You know why you're here, right?" And I was like, "Nah." You know, I'm playing it cool, dude. I'm not answering shit.
Right.
You know. And then, you know, they start searching me. They make me pull all the shit out of my pockets, and then they're like, "Give me your phone." So I give them my phone. And then what happened? So I give them all my shit. I give them my bag, and they start going through my bag, and he's like rummaging through my bag, the principal, and he starts smelling it, and he's like, "It smells like weed. It's in here. I know it is. Where is it? Where is it?"
Like
and I'm like,
police dog, like
yeah. Yeah. And I was like, "There's nothing in there." I was like, "Keep looking. There's nothing in there," you know.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Come tell me." So smells it. He comes over and he smells it. He's like, "Man, I hate to say it." You know, because he hates to see kids get in trouble.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he never wanted us to get in trouble.
yeah, he's like, I hate
He'd give
to
us the
say it.
leniency, but like if we were dumb enough, he'd be like, I have to say something. I'm not going to lose my job over your dumb ass
exactly
coming in like this. Yeah.
So
fair.
He smells the bag. He's like, I hate to say it. It smells like strong. And I was just thinking, I was like, yeah, it's because there was like an ounce in there yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. And then
twist my arm, yeah, okay.
And then after he goes through all my folders, all my books, everything I have, looking in pencils, looking in fucking anything he can in the bag, he's like, there's nothing in there. So then he's like, all right. And pothead, I'd wear moccasins to school every day. So he's like,
right.
Take your shoes off.
Oh, my.
And I just like slip them off, you know? And then he just like looks at them and he's like,
those are pothead feet.
And then he just like, I'm like, do you want them? And he's like, put them on. And I was like, okay.
It's getting sexual a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, where are we going with this?
He just wanted to see your toes.
And he just made me take my shoes off to put them back on. I was like, okay, this is weird. And then he starts going through my wallet. He was looking for anything.
Yeah.
And he goes through my wallet, and then he pulls out one side, where like I keep my ID and shit now. And then he pulls out a condom and he's like, "We're gonna have to tell your dad about this one." And I was like, "Oh no, you're gonna tell my dad that his 16-year-old's being safe."
Yeah, I'm having safe sex, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
you're
no.
welcome.
Oh shucks.
Yeah, health class worked.
Does everybody not have a condom in their wallet from the time they're like 12?
Like
Exactly.
yeah, you always had one in there. I think probably let 2 or 3 of them just rot in there
Yeah,
because
they just dry rot.
They're also like not the one you ever think of to use either. Like it's always you never like, oh yeah, I have one in my wallet.
Yeah,
Like,
just in case.
like,
But it's
yeah.
like at 16, you know when you're gonna be getting some. Like
Yeah,
you know,
it's
like you're
not
getting
like-
the fresh one. That one's just fucking dry rot.
Yeah, you don't need it to be on you at all times because
And
it's
it was-
just being thrown
That
at
one
you.
has been in there for
Yeah, like it's not like, oh, it could hit me at any
Any
moment. I need to
moment,
be
dude.
ready. No.
Yeah. I'm like, come on. So that one had been in there for like a year. He's like, "We're gonna have to tell your dad about this one." And he like throws down. I was like, "All right." And then
expired Trojan.
and then he goes in the other side and he pulls out a thing of raw rolling papers. He's like, "We're really gonna have to tell your dad about this one." And he's like, "You want to tell me what you use these for?" And I just look at him. I'm like,
cigarettes.
"Tobacco, of course." And he's like,
Shut the
he's
fuck
just
up.
like, "I fucking hate this kid."
Yeah, I'm sure at that
So then
point.
my dad had just gotten back from a show.
Vietnam. Oh, he didn't serve, right?
He's a liberal, still is. Still a dirtbag.
Dirtbag, stinky liberal. No, just,
So
we're
he's calling him. He's still asleep because he had just gotten back from a show. And my mom very rarely went out of town for work, but she happened to be in New Orleans at this time.
cheating.
So, yeah. Yeah. They fell out of love when I was in high school.
They fell out of love because of you getting caught in school.
Yeah, exactly. So he's calling my dad, not answering. And then I'm like, call my mom. I guess she's on a work trip in New Orleans. I don't know if she'll answer.
Right.
And thank God she did, because the first thing he says is,
If they don't answer, next call is the cops.
I think that your son is the leader of a drug ring, and I want to search his phone. And guess what? You were wrong. It wasn't a ring. It was just me.
Yeah, I was running the
It
operation.
was just me. I'm the one who knocks.
God damn it. I am the one who knocks.
So then he sends me home, suspends me, and on my way out, I'm like,
yeah.
tough guy act was over. I was
Right,
like,
of
yeah,
course,
tobacco, of course. And then I'm on my way out, and I'm like,
The fucking shit, I'm going to be in so much trouble.
and then Harley is walking in with like Taylor and stuff,
Yeah.
and they're like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I got this pendant, man." So then they sent me home with like a little booklet that was like, "How to know if your kid's on heroin."
Oh, my.
and then my dad like went back to bed or whatever, and then I smoked a bowl on the book, and I sent a picture to like everybody.
Yeah.
You might have even gotten
Yeah,
the
I
picture.
probably got that. Yeah,
and it
yeah,
was
yeah.
just a bowl on it. It was like how to tell if your kid's a meth addict or a heroin addict, and it was just a fucking loaded bowl on it. And I was like, "Take this, Tom." And that was a story of me getting suspended
That's
because
tough.
of that
Yeah.
person we were talking about last week.
Yeah, that's tough.
But no hate towards any of these
No,
people.
yeah, they were literally only doing their job,
Yeah.
and they were doing what they were legally required to do. So, and you didn't play it smart, and that's okay.
I
All
got
of us
lazy.
do
They had a
something
hunch,
stupid.
and
Yeah.
the hunch was right.
I was just telling you guys before this went on. I guess I'll not do too many specifics, but at a friend's house, and we're all sitting on a couch in a patio, looking outwards at the patio. There are 4 other friends that have a significant amount of contraband and product on the patio table that we're at. And all of a sudden, one of them just goes, "My dad's home." Like looking inside, and we're like, oh,
It's happened to
everyone
all
just,
of
like
us.
runs. That was probably there was a party that happened. And this is actually a good story. There was a party that happened,
Mhm.
house party. We're seniors in high school. There are people from like the grade that had already graduated. So they're 19, we're all like 17, 18.
Which one is this? Am I at this party?
I don't think so.
Sick invite, bro.
So you're welcome for the invite. So we're there. There's a good amount of people there, probably like 20 to 30 people. I'd say so nothing crazy. We're all out in the backyard, beer pong, blah, 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 doing all the stuff.
Normal high school shit.
All of a sudden, cops come, knock on the door. Hey, someone let them in. You know who you are. And
Say
they...
your name, dude.
No.
I'll bleep it.
No. So, you'll have to bleep
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Him in the house that we were at which was, and I'll say this too and bleep this, house.
Yes.
So,
I know the story too, actually.
Yeah. So there's like
just
20,
because of him letting them.
Yeah. So there's like 20 to 30 of us there. They let in the cops. Dumb move number one. They get, people, cops. Some people run, blah, blah, blah. They line us all up in the kitchen. There's like 25 of us lined up in the kitchen and like living room. And they're breathalyzing each of us and asking each of us, did you have anything to drink tonight? Like, blah, blah, how old are you?
How are you
Let me
getting
see your
home?
ID. How are you? Yeah, right. So they go through everybody. And I'm towards like the end. There's like maybe 5 people after me that would like be getting it done, right? They get to me. And the main cop that was like, yeah, you guys think you can just party, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big adults in this house. Like, he was just so like overzealous about getting to crash a high school party, like just super excited about it. The other cops were like, yeah, all right, just can you breathe into the thing? Like,
Yeah, they're just doing their job,
just doing
and then
their
he's
job.
getting home. He's like, honey, guess what I got to do
What I
today?
just got to do. Yeah, so he's that kind of guy. He's going through everybody. Gets to me, breathing into tube. They ask me, did you have anything to drink tonight? And I go, a little. I just say like a little. I had just like smoked a blunt, so I like had to be reeking, right?
Oh, yeah.
So like I put it out when they were like cops. Like that was literally like what was happening. So breathalyze me, and the first time I didn't realize I didn't close my lips all the way around the tube. So I left like the tiniest pocket on the side, and I did it by accident like the first time, and it pulls up NA. It didn't give a number.
You're like, narcotics?
So no,
I'm kidding. No, they laced my weed.
No, God, they caught me. No, so it pulls up NA, and the guy kind of just goes like, all right, takes the tube out, puts a new tube in, try again, makes me breathe into it. And then as I'm breathing that second time, I realize, because he said it again, like, make sure your lips are closed all the way around and blow, it gave me the spiel, right? And I blow into the thing. And that's when I realize, oh, I'm leaving like a little pocket here, and it's not coming up. Guess how many times he breathalyzed me, changed the tube.
Am I right?
6 times.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, 6 times he breathalyzed me right there in the kitchen in front of everybody, in front of all my peers and friends.
What did he say?
So,
Was he bullying
so
you? All right, fat boy, close those fat lips.
No. So that's the thing. He wasn't like looking at my lips enough to realize that I was doing it.
Yeah, like
so I just kept doing it, and it just kept coming up NA. So then he literally goes like, "We'll get to you later," and then goes to the next person, MIC. Every single person at this party got
an
a charge.
MIC.
Had a court date. I did not.
That's actually so good.
So once they went through me, realized it didn't work, they go through everybody else. Parents start showing up to pick up like some of the kids that are here, right? So I'm seeing like parents that I've known for my entire life, like, hi, Mrs. Whatever, how's it going? Like, and they're like coming in, and it's like everyone's lined up in this living room. And the mean cop comes up to me and goes like, look, like,
You don't have to say it like that. The mean
he was
butt.
a mean butt. He was a meanie head. And he comes up to me and goes like, who can you get to like come pick you up here? And
You know my big bro.
my dad,
Cheating on your mom, yeah.
0 chance I'm calling my father on that situation. So I think that's where I don't even think my dad came into my head at all as like an option to call. I was like, no, it's either mom or my brother. Those are like the only 2 options. So I realized my mom is probably asleep. This is midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, right? So I'm like, my mom's definitely asleep. She's not going to answer if I call her. So I call my brother. My brother, who was an addict at the time and was, out of high school and
dude,
just living his life. So he was very much like, yeah, I'll come get you. And so I tell them, I'm like, yeah, my brother's going to come pick me up. They're like, how old's your brother? And I was like 22 or like whatever. So like, oh, he's over 21? Fine. And I was like, really? They were like, yeah, as long as he comes gets you. So then that cop walks me out when my brother gets there and comes up to my brother and just goes like, hey, he's getting away lucky tonight, okay? But, you keep an eye on him and blah, 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 and whatever. And Jesse just goes like, yeah, like, yes, sir. Like, okay. And we both get in the car and drive away. And I'm literally like,
And Jesse was on shit too then.
Yeah. Jesse's
Yeah.
high as shit, probably like picking me
Yeah.
up, and like he's talking to this cop, like, "Yes, sir, I'll absolutely discipline him when he gets home."
Yeah,
Like,
he was
whatever,
always
right?
so nonchalant, dude.
So he just flat out was like, "Sure, yeah, like of course I'll take him, whatever." And like, so
Yeah.
then me and him go home.
Me and my dad will hit him for sure.
Now here's the other thing. This is a crucial point to the story. Again, I am the only one that does not get any sort of charge, so I'm out of this scot-free so far, right? I remembered when I was like sitting on the couch waiting for them to finish this whole process, I texted my mom because I figured like they were making me call everyone. So I texted her just going like, "Hey, I'm at house. We were having a small party. Cops ended up coming, so you may need to come pick me up. You're probably asleep." You know, I just kind of like said it
The
casually,
rundown, yeah.
like whatever, right? So Jesse picks me up. My brother picks me up, and we get home. And I realized
You're like, oh fuck, I ratted on myself.
so I just my
Went in
mom
there?
was asleep. I went in. Whoop, delete.
That's so W. Does she know this?
Nope.
I'm tagging her. I'm clipping this
No,
out,
we'll
putting it
clip
on
this,
Instagram.
and my mom will see it. I love
I'm
you,
gonna
Mom,
tag her
but-
on Instagram.
like yeah, yeah.
So he forgot to breathalyze you?
No, yeah. So once they
It
went
wouldn't
through
work.
6 times, it just didn't work. So then they just didn't do it again. Because I guess like now it turns into like they don't have like probable cause to like give me anything.
That's so crazy.
So yeah. So yeah, try it. Don't get in trouble though, but try it.
Dude, I have a party story I want to talk about.
Okay.
Maybe I'll bring it up this episode. Maybe we'll bring it up another.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. I really want to get into this, though,
Okay. Give it to me.
just so I can make sure we have enough time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, before I get into this, I'm going to circle back real quick to my have a good day bit.
Oh yeah. We should absolutely talk about the halftime shows.
Yeah. And then we'll get into my thing and we'll get into yours.
Cool.
Stick around. This is gonna get fucking wild. It's gonna get
crazy, guys.
No, so halftime show. Here's the thing, right?
Which one did you watch? I don't speak Spanish, but I did watch the regular one.
Yeah. I don't speak Spanish, but I watched the only one.
Yeah, the only one.
There was
The
only one.
There was only one.
There's only one, and it's the one that happens during halftime
I just
at
wanna
the Super Bowl. Yeah, so
catch my
that's a real
fish.
lyric. Did you know that?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just want to
and
catch my
I-
fish and what?
I
Eat
just
my
want
ribs?
to catch my fish, drive my truck,
Drive my
drink
truck.
my beer. So here's the thing. So
Such a
so
brutal.
here's the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna. Last episode, I had to bring you off a ledge. You might have to bring me off a ledge.
Okay, go.
I don't understand Spanish, but I sure shit don't fucking understand that.
Yes, yeah.
I
like
really don't. Get
I
that.
actually don't understand a Kid Rock concert more than I don't understand a Bad Bunny concert, and I speak what Kid Rock speaks. I guess in
You
a
hit
way.
it on the. You hit it on the head.
Yeah, like-
Same language, but I don't.
Same
I don't
language,
know.
I don't relate to a single second of it.
Yeah.
And honestly, Bad Bunny dancing around with a bunch of gorgeous Latinas.
I saw a video.
I
of that.
relate to a lot more.
I saw a video of that too.
I relate to that significantly more.
all these people that are triggered about watching hot Latinos
Yeah,
shake
gorgeous
ass on TV for 10 minutes, and
Wah.
it's the Super Bowl. You can get away with it. Your wife's not going to get mad at you?
Dude,
Come on,
you're
dude.
so stupid for
You're
watching Kid
fucking
Rock.
stupid, man. You're fucking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. for
I'm
real.
sorry. I gotta bring it
Yeah,
back a bit.
But they are.
But
you're not wrong.
it really irks me. It really irks me that people that are like, there's going to be no trigger warnings at this halftime show. You're so fucking triggered you made your own?
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
You're so triggered you made your
they
fucking
complain
own.
so much about these snowflake people that get so like upset on things, and then they get the most upset.
Yeah.
What, a drag queen reading to your children? You're gonna go to the like. There's so many things that they've like
Yeah.
freaked out about that I'm like, yo,
And
that's a bitch move. What
heads
you're
up,
doing.
too. I'm not a liberal.
A lot of them
Yeah.
can't even read. Yeah.
I'm not a liberal and I'm not a conservative. I just have a
Yes.
fucking brain.
Same.
It's
Same
as
here.
simple as that.
I'm like 90% of the public. We're in like I genuinely think it's kind of like the IQ curve. You know, like the IQ curve, right? So it's like a small amount of people are in the very, very low percentage. It's like, 2% of people are in like the lowest percentage of IQ. And then it like goes up in like that kind of middle range.
Yep.
A majority of people are in that middle range of an IQ level.
Yeah.
And then you go to the high end, and that's where the geniuses, the Albert Einsteins and blah, 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 small percentage. I think it's pretty similar to the political spectrum where in reality you don't want to be in these two. And like, I know Republicans are going to be like, well, we're the genius. No. I'm saying both sides are equally fucking stupid. Like in that tiny, it's a 10% and a 10%. And then 80% of us in the middle are like, yo.
Yeah. It's just, the whole thing has just baffled me.
Yeah.
And I hope they never do it again because it was
that halftime
horrible. Kid Rock, horrible.
Who were the others?
Never heard of them in my
Literally,
entire life.
Like Gilbert Gibbons, and Brantley Gardens, and Sarah Tukawanga. I'm like, who the what?
You're giving her name way too. If she
there was
heard
way
you,
too much
if she
ethnic
heard,
in there. Yeah,
if she heard you say
that's
that
true.
name, she would be yelling slurs at the screen
Absolutely.
we're on right now.
Yeah.
So,
you think?
And Bad Bunny is a United States citizen.
Yeah, so that's also like another thing.
Puerto Rico is
is a territory of the United
America.
States. You fucking morons.
So,
yeah.
shout out anyone in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, shout out
Bad
Ricans,
Bunny.
Shout out Latinos.
Didn't understand
Latinos.
a word of what you were saying. With all honesty, I don't speak any Spanish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He also I've
But
seen,
it was good.
I've seen videos of like a say Costa Rican or Mexican Spanish person going, hey, white people, just an FYI, we also don't understand a lot of what Bad Bunny's saying because apparently like the Puerto Rican accent is like kind of thick. It's kind of like a Birmingham.
It's Spanishy with a little bit of
like
a Portuguese
yeah,
flair.
like a little.
Because my
kinda,
mom was hearing it, and my grandfather grew up in Brazil. Kill me, I know. If I perform the halftime show, people wouldn't watch it because of that.
Right.
He was born in Brazil. I'm
Right.
completely Italian. He's Italian, so also double whammy, double not American.
Yeah.
But he was born and raised in Brazil, so he grew up speaking
Portuguese.
Yeah. And obviously my mom caught on a little bit while growing up, which my mom, first language Italian. Again, they're gonna boycott this entire podcast.
Right.
I'm basically an illegal. I'm not. I'm a citizen. I was born here. But she was listening to it, and she's like, there's like a little bit of a Portuguese flair in there. And I was like, I was hearing it, and I'm like, yeah, it's not like a...
Yeah,
it's a weird
sense.
flair to the way he speaks Spanish. And,
It is kind of interesting how languages do that. Like there's... in France, Eastern France, that's like shares the border with Germany.
Yeah.
There's a place called Alsace, which is like a little segment of France, but it's gone back and forth between being German territory and French territory, depending on like what war is going on and like who, kings over centuries of time. Like, so it's been German and it's been French and it's currently French, but they speak basically a language called Alsatian, which is like a German mingled in French.
It's so weird.
It's like a weird French. Yeah.
Wait till these people find someone that speaks Creole down in like Louisiana.
Yeah. What do they
people
think
that-
about them? They're probably like aliens.
They're like,
what do
so
you
you're
think?
speaking...
So
You're speaking American, French, and black at the same time. It's like
That's really what it is.
Guess where they were born? Right there.
Yeah.
So wait till one of them becomes a big pop star. Super Bowl
That'd be fun.
85.
Yeah.
Boycott it.
They were all pissed about Kendrick.
Uh-huh.
And then they were like, let's just do Bad Bunny full Spanish. and
So
now all these whites are freaking
Here's
out.
the thing, too. I want to put it this way, real simple.
Yeah.
What do Kendrick Lamar and Bad Bunny have in common?
Both stand up for their communities pretty heavily.
Yes, and they're both not.
What?
Yeah, and what is
Kid Rock and Brantley Gilbert
Brantley
and
Goldbladder
and Gilbert Godfrey and
white
whatever.
bitch name number one, fucking toes out,
Erica
horrible
Kirk's sister.
concert. What are all they?
What?
Mm-hmm.
So it is racism for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's not, you can't blame it on like immigration. It's racism. Like it's not
really
it's
as
not
simple
you're
as
caring
that.
about immigration
Really
law.
as simple as
you
that.
really just don't like ethnicities. Like and that's your problem. And you need to chickadee check yourself before
I
you
don't
wreck
know.
yourself.
One news network. I'm assuming it was Fox. But
Sure.
I saw this guy and he's like, You're telling me I don't like Spanish music and I'm racist. I had soft tacos and nachos for the halftime show that I watched in English. And I was like,
Marcelo Hernandez, the guy that's
dude.
on SNL,
Oh,
he
SNL,
has a lot
yeah.
of good bits about like how white people invented Taco Tuesday.
yeah, oh,
Like
yeah.
it's like that's not a we don't do that kind of stuff for your guys' food because we don't like your food. You guys like our food.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, yeah. So even these white people going like, oh, well, I just love fajitas. It's like, yeah, how about be nice to the people that are making them in the kitchen in the back?
Yeah.
Like you can have your Taco Tuesday nights and
I think
not
this
be
is
racist.
the most political we've gotten on this podcast, even though I don't think this is a political thing. In
Yeah, it
theory,
really
in
shouldn't
this
be,
political
yeah.
climate, it
It
is
is, but
technically,
it shouldn't
but
be.
it shouldn't be.
do you want to get into something
Yeah, let's
pretty
get into
political? Okay. So I wanted to come up with some instances in history where drugs or alcohol were a major factor in like either changing borders, wars, something crazy, because it is tied into a lot of different cultural moments throughout history. Fun one that I started reading up on is the Opium Wars between Britain and China. It was 1839 to 1860. What do British people love? What's like one thing that British people
Tea.
love to tea? They love their tea, Earl Grey in the morning. They also loved Chinese silk and porcelain. So in the 1800s,
I think they like just tea and then
and
other
then a
than
little cup to put it in, which is porcelain,
and
then a silk
here's-
drape.
I think they like tea.
Yeah.
And then aside from that, everything else that's not theirs, they like.
Yeah. So it's they're buying this tea and silk and porcelain from China. So it's not even their tea and silk and porcelain, right? So they're
Yeah.
buying so much of it. Like early 1800s, they're buying that like most of the tea, most of the porcelain, most of the silk is from China, right? China flat out, outwardly, was like, we don't want any of your goods. Just pay us silver. Like,
Yeah, they're
Brit-
like no trade.
yeah,
This is
Britain
just
wanted to trade, and China was like, you have nothing we want. So, like literally, China was like, I don't get, like, just pay us the money for it. Just give us the silver for it. So Britain was genuinely worried. Like, it got to a point in the 1830s where Britain was like, yo, we're bleeding silver to China for all this tea and silk and porcelain. Like, this is crazy. Like, because so many rich bureaucratic British people were like, oh, we just need the finest teas and the best porcelain for us. And they were just like obsessed with all of that stuff. So they were
What
buying
year was
so
this?
much of it. 1839 is when the war started. So this is like early
Early
Before
1800s.
then, they're doing all this, buying all
Okay.
this tea and silk and stuff. Late 1700s, right? So, yeah, buying so much. And Britain, at this time in the 1800s, had already conquered and colonized major parts of India, which is right next to China, right? So Britain's idea, their big idea, to fix the trade deficit that's happening between China and them, they were bleeding money, getting a bunch of goods. They go, India grows pretty good poppy.
yeah,
So they start growing opium in India. And then
like they as in the Brits.
the Brits in their territories in
Okay.
India
Yeah.
are growing opium now, right? Making Indian people grow it for them, basically.
Yeah,
So they take the opium that they're making, give it to British merchants, and then the merchants smuggle it into China. And they go into China and they decimate the Chinese economy. They fill their streets with heroin, with opium.
Hell
they
yeah, dude.
They sell it to everyone. They're giving out free samples. Yo, tenor, you know what? Like they're the best drug dealer in town because they're just giving opium to everyone they see in China.
so fucking crazy.
Just making the public addicted to opium, literally flat out. That was their
So
goal.
was their goal to get their public addicted to it so then they could sell it to the Chinese government or trade, I should say?
So that's what it was, is these merchants were taking the money and giving it back to Britain. So all of this money that they were getting for the opium was their recuperation for it. Now here is the big fun thing. Britain's doing this to put pressure on China to make the trade balance better
Yeah.
for them, right? At one point,
And was opium legal or illegal at the time?
Illegal at the time in China.
In China, okay.
Right? At the time.
At the time, okay.
That changes because of Britain. Wow. So here's a fun thing.
That's fucked up.
The Qing government at the time, the Qing dynasty, has Lin Zexu as their leader, and he, I believe I said it right, he goes in and destroys a bunch of opium dens that are in China now. So now, like, once Britain's been doing this for a while, opium's a surplus in China.
Yeah.
They have it everywhere. This guy starts going, yo, let's get rid of this. Like, I'm going to save our public. Let's destroy all these opium dens. Let's go in hard. Big kind of drug bust kind of thing that the Chinese government
And what year
does.
would this have been at?
1839. So
this is the start of the war. Okay.
He does that to save his public from having a bunch of heroin in their possession. Guess what Britain takes that as?
Declaration of war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'd be like the Mexican cartels that are getting coke in here. We bust people for coke, and they go, now you're starting war. And it's like, you illegally sold it to us, man. You're what? So illegally selling it to create a legal deficit that's happening in the country, right? So that's shady. And they take that as a sign, as like, oh, cool. So you want to fight? Cool. And it's like, no, we just want to not be addicted to heroin and like have our own country back. So that was Britain's big plan, to start doing all that fun stuff. And they clearly had naval superiority and like military superiority at the time to China. China didn't have a lot going on in that department. They start then the Opium Wars, and from 1839 to basically 1939, Chinese public considers that the century of humiliation.
Wait, what years again? Sorry,
1839 to 1939. That 100-year span
100 years
is the century of humiliation. If you ask older Chinese guys, they'll say that was a very dark time for China.
Damn.
And it's because heavily addicted to opium because of all of this. What Britain then does in 1860, like towards the end of at least like the fighting side of the war, they sign a treaty where Britain goes, all right, you guys have to legalize opium now so that we can keep like providing it, and like you just have it, and that'll be now our trade is your guys' drug addicts.
Fucking standard size island have them by the balls this hard?
This island that's literally the size of fucking Alabama decided to just take over the whole world. Like what the fuck?
How would they have that much say for a country that massive across the world?
Legalize opium, open a bunch of their ports to British allies, right? To just be like, now we can trade. Everyone can fucking trade here. And pay fines. Oh, and Hong Kong became Britain's.
What?
So Britain owned full rights
to
and
Hong
government
Kong
and economy of Hong Kong.
In the 1860s. Holy shit.
Let me update you here.
Yo, how did we not learn this in school?
Right, yeah. We learned none of this in school, and this is kind of a thing. So they get Hong Kong, and China's obviously like, after a while, like, can we have it back? So,
yo, how, like,
what year do you think Hong Kong went back to China? Because it is China's now.
1904. Don't tell me it's later than that.
1904 is a fair guess. Harley, do you want to guess what year Hong Kong went back to China?
I was going to say like the 50s.
That's a good guess as well.
Which one's better?
1997.
97.
97 is when the treaty like lapsed finally.
What?
So Britain owned Hong Kong until 1997. Hong Kong has now become a massive cultural and banking spot for the world, and that's because of what Britain did there, obviously in a terrible way, but like they built it up to this. So now in 1984, when they realized that the 1997 thing was coming up, they signed a new deal with Britain and China to go, we're not going to change Hong Kong's legal or economic system because it's been so established for 100 years now until 2047. So 2047, then China technically officially gets back full reigns of Hong Kong.
So we got another 21 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So here's my thing. So we didn't learn anything about the Chinese and England Opium War.
Nothing.
But our teachers were like, "Yo, you guys want to see an old video of our old president getting his head exploded over and over again?" And then each year we'll try.
We'll tell you about it again.
Yeah, and then also these towers exploded.
Yeah, it was kind of the same history lessons every year in a row, and I did not learn. Like, I think I've said this before.
Dude,
I did not. I knew slavery was bad, duh. But from what the education system taught me, it was by no means how bad it actually was. Like, what I was taught in the curriculum here was like, yeah, so, and they fought to get their independence back. And it was, they had these little houses on the side of them. Like, they don't tell you about how they stacked them like Lincoln logs in a boat for 4 months.
And they also made it sound like slavery was only a thing in America and it was only for cotton and this is the first and last time it ever happened. No, it's still going on today, and mainly slavery is used for sugar.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
sugar way more than cotton ever was
in a bunch of other countries.
It's the same American connotation where it's like, we're so fucking important. And it's like, no. The people that are being affected by this and still are in 2026 that are still enslaved.
That's insane that we have like modern civilizations that are still rocking with that.
Yeah, and
like,
I don't think it's modern civilizations necessarily, but it's like, it's one of those where it's
they have at least the access to modern civilization, but they choose not to adapt it to keep people down.
To keep people, like
that.
So it's one of those where it's like, that's pretty fucking crazy. Watch me be completely wrong about this, and someone comments, they're like, "You're a fucking idiot."
Yeah. Do you want to hear about Prohibition a little bit? The United States Prohibition?
No. Yeah.
Okay. So, Prohibition.
Sit down and just go, no.
He's like, nah, I hate it.
Kill it.
Prohibition, U.S. This is an example of how the Britain-China thing is an example of how a government can use a drug or a substance to control its public and to do something to the public, right? And there's multiple instances of that throughout history.
And they talk about Prohibition and Peaky Blinders a little bit.
Yes. So Prohibition, 1920 to 1933, right? 13 years. Not really that long.
Yeah.
This is what's fun. I think it's kind of...
It is kind of a while, though.
It's a while.
It doesn't seem that long, but it is.
But I think it's a lot of fun because it was a complete major failure. Major failure? It was a major failure.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
Yeah.
It was basically a bunch of religious people, women who did want to stop getting hit by their husbands, and bosses of factories that didn't want drunk employees were the main ones that pushed forward.
And all it did was make it worse.
Yeah, let's get rid of alcohol. Let's do this, blah, blah, blah. So lobbying and stuff happens in the early 1900s. 1920, the 19th Amendment, 18th Amendment.
Isn't the 19th for women's rights to vote?
I believe so. So 18th. No.
What's your amendment?
It wouldn't have been. I think 18th is...
What's the Women's Suffrage Act? The vote, the amendment? The amendment.
I'm pretty sure Prohibition was 18 or 19, but I do think maybe it was the 19th.
No, for the women's suffrage.
Yeah, what year that was 60s, right? Or 50s?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense then. Okay, so this was the 18th.
Okay, yeah, 18th,
so the 18th Amendment, right?
So technically this is still in our amendments. I didn't realize that.
No. I'll explain. So 18th Amendment is,
what?
Let's
I'm
ban
so
alcohol. So the 18th Amendment is no making, selling, transporting any intoxicating liquors over 0.5% alcohol. So like not NAs were basically allowed still, right? Again, major failure. New York, the city of New York at the time.
New York? Yeah.
New fucking York. New fucking York. Had significantly more bars open during Prohibition than it did before Prohibition. It was these speakeasies, these hidden bars, and everything like that. Al Capone is born and gets gets his claim to fame and everything because it's all legal trade of alcohols and stuff. That's how he got
Thomas
everything.
Shelby.
Yeah. And so quality control then is also a major factor here because now there's no companies doing this. This is Bucky in his bathtub doing moonshine, and it's making people go blind or killing them. So it's like bad alcohol, it's grain alcohol that's just like crazy proof and percentage and whatever, right? So
People won't go blind.
So literally, they do this, and it lasts 10 years, where they go, let's see if we can do it. No alcohol, guys. Does not work across the 10 years. If anything, by the end of it, they were like, crime is up.
Crime's up, yeah.
Like
more people are drinking. There's more bars.
There's more abuse. There's more everything going on, right? So people stop carrying after 10 years, and in the early 1930s, the U.S. government realized, we can tax alcohol and get money from it, and then we don't care about the public then. If we're getting the money from it, fuck them. Let them drink as much as they want.
Yeah,
Black out drunk in a parking lot, who cares? So they imposed the tax, and 1933, the 21st Amendment is done to repeal the 18th Amendment. Yes. So the 21st Amendment is just to, fix the 18th.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and what the fixing of it was adding in regulation a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's how the job I have is born, distributing. So that's when
legal distribution.
Distribution starts. The
where
distributor,
it's monitored, right?
Right. So you go from producer, distributor to retailer.
Yeah.
Right. That's how people then get it in their hands, in their homes, on their tables. Producer doesn't have a lot of government backing. Retailer doesn't have a lot of government backing. Distributor is very protected underneath United States law. We have...
Oh, shit, really?
Yes. We have... that's why technically, in certain ways, I'm allowed to drive with open bottles in my car.
Yeah.
And it's because I sometimes have to for work as a distributor. So it's not like I'm riding around chugging bottles and shit. It's like I'm doing tastings or something like that.
Yeah.
So... the U.S. has the most complex regulatory system on alcohol on the planet. We have the most laws towards it. We have the most regulation towards any of it.
Hey, government, not working.
Hey, yeah, BT dubs. Not clearly doesn't, and that's where corporate power comes in.
Yeah.
And that's how these massive...
So also, question, is this why, a lot of famous people, when they want to start, an alcohol company... Mm-hmm. They're not creating an alcohol. They're paying another company to do it, and then they're becoming technical distributors. Am I right there?
So
is that
they
right?
become a supplier, technically.
They become a supplier?
Yeah, so what happens...
Because they're not a producer of it then, technically. For example, Bert and Tom with Porosos or whatever they have. They would be
considered the producer of it, but... producer can go across 50 different people in a company that are technically head of operation kind of things, or started the company or something like that. It doesn't. They're not hands on.
Is it a really gray line there, kind of where
you would call it more the distiller or the winemaker? That would be then the person who's actually making said product, and then producer can literally just be the overarching company that's putting it out into the market. So that would be what Tom and Bert are for their brand, and. Yeah, that's how a lot of that corporate power has happened, and why certain areas get certain wines and alcohol products pushed into them, and why other areas don't. And then you wonder why we have drunk homeless people in certain areas, and it's we're directly, purposely providing it for them.
Yeah.
And it's these very large companies that are companies you haven't heard of: Constellation, E&J Gallo, Southern Wine Glazers, Diageo, Brown-Forman. I do work for some of these people, but
if alcohol
they're massive
falls,
companies that run a lot of
if alcohol
the
and
world.
dairy falls, America falls.
If alcohol and corn fall, America falls.
And dairy.
Are we big in dairy? Do we produce a lot of dairy?
Well, we talked about this actually with in our first Forbidden episode that was our initial test run.
Yeah.
Which I can do research about this too and bring it up, but the cheese caves.
Yeah, the cheese caves.
So
right.
It's one of those where they have the program of Got Milk run by the government, and then the government pays big people like Taco Bell $12 million to put out things with more cheese. It's actually very interesting.
That's crazy.
So it's one of those where it's let's say if the same thing were to happen with alcohol, where it's obviously right now, we've talked about this before as well, is alcohol is a dying industry right now.
Yeah.
Is our generation's not drinking as much alcohol. They are drinking more of specific kinds, ready to drink alcohols, obviously.
Yes.
But if it gets to a point where the ready-to-drink stuff's not doing good. If just sobriety in general and people that are like, let's just not touch this shit at all anymore because, like, I don't need it.
Right.
If it gets to that point, the government's going to have to start giving all of these alcohol companies money to bail them out, to keep our government afloat.
Or they'll start manipulating the public into consuming more of it.
That's the distributors' problem, though. So then they give them the money. They basically are fronting them.
Yeah, then the government would give basically my companies that I work for the distributor.
Yep.
Well,
they'd
we're
give
the
them millions of dollars.
It's really the supplier.
The supplier. They'd give them
problem.
millions of dollars and be like, figure it out. Like, we have enough on our plate.
Yeah.
We got to kidnap other presidents.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. Who else is going to do it if we're not doing it?
Yeah.
Guys.
So it's pretty crazy how, like, if these few things like corn, like not soy or beef, but it's like if corn, dairy, alcohol fall, America entirely collapses.
Yeah, those are the only industry that we have that are like, because we're not producing enough steel, we're not producing enough tech, we're not producing enough like other
lumber. There's not. Yeah,
we don't have much of that at all. We get all that. We import all that.
We can maybe replace it with things like AI, like chips, like computer chips, AI.
China's got to be beating us in that.
They
right?
are. They have
to be.
But we're trying to bring it over here.
That's true.
Because it's like, dude, look at the Super Bowl commercials. Did you see all this?
A lot of them were AI.
Every other one was like,
can we talk
this AI? And I was like, this is so boring.
AI water waste for a second here?
Yeah. So wait, I saw a clip on TikTok, which I obviously take anything with a grain of salt. Right. Don't believe everything you see on the internet.
Please.
But this guy was saying how for, I believe, energy and cooling, they're building 2 nuclear-powered plants that are going to be specifically and only for AI.
To cool them?
I think for cooling and running them, like completely operating like AI.
With nuclear energy?
With nuclear energy, which is...
That's cool.
Very crazy.
Yeah. That would make sense.
And then people like you're going to say, are going to stop bitching about all that fucking water.
Yeah, and what I want to say about the water waste is it's not actually that much.
Yeah, they make it seem like it's like...
Everyone makes it seem like that's going to be the thing that's... Like, our plastic, our destroying the oceans, and our irrigation are significantly worse.
Yeah, and then
we're gonna
watch this video do really well, and then people are like, yeah, but did you fucking use AI one time? You put a whole fucking Dasani water bottle in your butt and fart it all out. Go ahead, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's not. I promise you it's not. So here's the thing.
It's like a teaspoon of water, right? Or a tablespoon?
So the estimated number for global AI water cooling, people call it waste or usage, whatever you want to use for the term for it, but the amount of water that's like predicted to be the entire year's worth of water used on AI is 1 trillion gallons.
A lot of water.
1 trillion is a huge number. That's a very big number.
Unfathomable number for us.
Now, let me throw another even more unfathomable number at you. I did research on this as well. 45 trillion gallons of water in just the U.S. alone is used on irrigation across all the gardens you see in public, parks, golf courses, farm fields, all the farming that goes on here in the middle of the U.S., all of that. 45 trillion. I said 1 trillion for AI, yes? We're now at 45 trillion for the American irrigation systems. Fun fact about that. 50 to 80% of that 45 trillion is deemed waste because it's either overwatered or irrigation pipe breaking kind of thing, leaking into whatever. Not well managed irrigation is 20 to 30 trillion gallons of water wasted a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm going to put forward? Let's get AI, make it use 3 trillion gallons of water, and fix that problem.
Seriously, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
clearly we've been doing it for years, and we haven't figured it out. We're still wasting 30 trillion gallons of water on our irrigation. So how about we ask AI to figure it out and make it use 1 more trillion gallon of water? That's not more than what we're already fucking doing in other stuff. So it's like industry is always going to have byproducts.
Yeah.
And it's like if people are using AI to cure cancers, to develop clean irrigation systems in
Also,
areas
They
of the
say
world that don't
like,
have clean
when
water.
you use the water to, because it's water cool. It's cooling the computers is what it's doing.
So it is clean water.
It is clean water, and it has to be clean water. And they say the water has to be discarded after, which I have no clue. I could look this up. I'm asking someone. But here's the thing: is the water has to be discarded because they say after it's used for AI once, it's used once, and it's you can't use it anymore. I'd imagine we can find a way to refilter the water
or refilter it and use it again, kind of a thing.
I'd imagine that it's going to be like soon enough. It will be like, oh, AI, a factory built for AI where it's all these computers and all these water cooling systems, and then a water treatment plant right next to it, and they're kind of just doing like
just
an
feeding
infinite,
each other and I genuinely don't see AI water waste being the main thing that's the issue.
I don't see it being a long-term issue either.
Yeah, I see us being able to figure that out way quicker than we have the farming industry. Like, we've been doing the farming shit for fucking a long time, and we still haven't figured that shit out. We're still wasting that amount of water.
I think so.
I think it's fair to say that with the power of AI being able to think and all
they can figure that shit out.
It'll figure it out way faster. It's reclaimed, so it is like a more recyclable thing, but it's not recyclable when it just gets bled into the earth. So all of that is like that 50 to 80% is
technically
like
gone
because it could be filtered. What you could filter it and make it clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like now it's just. So that's then the other thing is like evaporation is considered waste by the water committee. So like if you're watering something and you're not watering it properly and too much evaporates and then you need to overwater or something like that,
because then it evaporates, it goes in the sky, and then the cloud goes overseas, and then those Chinese got our water.
That's true, and then it could rain over an ocean, it can rain somewhere else. It's not it's not like that.
It's the Chinese are stealing our water.
That weather balloon was picking it up. That was the whole point.
Let me guess, they're taking all the water to Puerto Rico. Sorry.
Well, we got to keep those Latinas hydrated. Oh, because my God. One more thing I do want to talk about the Super Bowl is Lady Gaga's moment.
Yeah.
So I love Lady Gaga. I think Lady Gaga's great.
You going to talk shit about her?
No. Well, not really. I mean, I'm going to talk shit about that segment that they had with her.
Mm-hmm.
I like the song. The song that she has.
Did you not want it to be samba?
Song. So I also love samba music and like Hispanic music. I actually Peso Pluma's album I listen to a lot. Like, it's actually really good. Don't understand what is being said, but I like the sounds and everything.
Yeah.
I could almost, as someone that's performed music live before.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like the rendition.
Why not?
Only because I could tell in her face it wasn't working. If you watch it, she is holding notes and doing this whole thing and holding notes and guessing where to end. It seems like in a lot of it.
I think it's kind of one of those where she's probably saying it for the past year, and she's got so used to doing it
in a certain way. Yeah, so that's
where you can
that's
do renditions of it easily, but once you completely change the genre on it, and then they're like,
and now here's the other thing.
Have much time to get ready.
Lady Gaga is absolutely a professional enough musician to handle something like that. So I'm not putting it past her that like she can't samba a version or Latinize a version of one of her songs and make it work. I genuinely think that song didn't work very well. I think
I could see where you think it was forced.
The mixing of the music for her part, the hits were not the main hits you wanted to hear. They were in betweens that you're hearing on some clinky, chunky something that maraca something sound like that. And that's what's coming through the most over like the stadium audio and everything. And that's what made it seem really out of sync to me. Like I was like, this just isn't.
What was more out of sync?
Up.
That or Kid Rock's performance?
Oh, definitely still Kid Rock's performance was significally way more out of touch.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. I liked Lady Gaga's because that was the only part in American.
I seriously have only good things to say about Lady Gaga. I don't think she did bad. I don't think the song was like bad or like I just think it didn't really work the way that they planned it to. Plus, it kind of was like really random.
Damn, Gaga, get better.
No, I'm sorry, Gaga. I really don't.
I liked it.
Gaga, I like some of the Gaga songs. But what the fuck does she know about cameras? You know that Kanye quote where, where she's like, Lady Gaga is the CEO of or the creative director of Polaroid. I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras? Shouts out Kanye for apologizing to the Jewish community.
That's a big step in the right direction. I don't think it can. Oh, I have something to say.
Yeah, about the Jewish community. Go.
Did you see the Jewish commercial? Did you see that one?
I think I've seen a lot of Jewish
commercials. It was this really
commercials.
sad kid walking. I'm sorry that I'm laughing.
Look, anti-Semitism is not good in any way, shape, or form.
But this commercial was really aggressive for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Harley, can you look up what it said on that sticker?
They've done. I've seen some pop up where it'll literally.
And dude, it's this really. You didn't see this one?
No.
Really sad kid walking through the hallways at school.
And they're like,
did he have a yarmulke too?
And like someone's like,
walking really
there's
sad.
that Jew.
Yeah.
Someone like says that. It's like, whoa, what? Like,
yeah, they're like,
no kids talk like that.
And then he like opens his
there
locker.
It is. It's
yeah.
like, what?
And then he opens his locker and there's just like a blue sticky note. What does it say, Harley? I think it just says like stupid Jew on it. It's really aggressive.
Very aggressive. Yeah.
Dirty Jew. It just says
it's
just like a blue post-it note, and it just is like dirty Jew, and I'm like
stereotypically
wow.
clean, I would say.
And I'm like, I get the point you're getting at here. Don't get me wrong. Like I
not the comment, the commercial. I was like, what? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, I get what the commercial's trying to get at. But I was like,
that's not a good way to do it, I don't think.
And then right after they're like, Sam Darnold's gonna be the next Super Bowl champion as a quarterback.
It's like,
did you like that commercial? And I'm like, holy shit.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, I think I've told you
I
the
heard
one
it was directed by Kanye. Imagine. Sorry,
God damn it.
Sorry,
it's just fucking 808s and heartbreaks as a background music. Like, I don't remember. I was going to say something about the
You were
Jewish
going to say
community.
something about how much you hate the Jews. It's all right.
I really do love the Jewish community.
I like the Jews.
I don't think there's a more misunderstood. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, at least like racism that happens towards ethnic groups where a skin color is different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm by no means condoning it, but you can at least see this is a white man, this is a black man, the white guy's yelling at the black guy or whatever. Bad, obviously not good. The Jewish community, you're kind of like, what are we getting on them about? What are we blaming them for?
Everything. That's the thing.
I guess so.
It's
and that's the
everything
thing is
right
we're blaming them for everything. And I'm kind of like the other version of racism doesn't make sense as well. But then when we're doing it to a group of 16 million people that are on the planet, there's only 16 million Jews.
Yeah, save it for the gays. No, I'm sorry.
There's way more of them. No, like for
sorry.
real, like why?
I don't mean that. I just had to say.
But like for real, like why? It's just it blows my mind. And I do understand. And I'm not being stupid to the fact that Israel is different from the Jewish population.
Yes.
It obviously houses Jewish people. Not only they house a bunch of different types of races there and ethnicities and religious backgrounds. They do. They absolutely do. In Jerusalem and stuff, it is a pretty ethnically mixed area. But
I'll ask my local rabbi that.
But obviously, what BB.
Yeah. We don't
condone BB. Let's not get into
We don't
that.
want to get into that.
But I think the guys that did the halftime show, not the real one, the fake Kid Rock one,
just the random concert that they had in Florida by a retirement home, that one.
Do you think genuinely that they're all bad people? What do you think about them?
Do we want it?
Because I don't think they're. I think
we're pushing the boundaries here.
We're pushing the boundaries.
I stand with Candace.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below, Erica Kirk, if you have made it this far. That's the keyword, Erica Kirk. Or just TPU or whatever.
Do I think they're bad people?
Yes.
Do you want my real opinion or my fake one?
Give me both. Give me your fake one first.
They're so good. They're so good for this country, and they mean well.
Oh.
And they had nothing to do with what happened on September 10th.
Let me change. I know that yes, they've got bad views that are very clearly outdated, weird, not what the common people are with.
Yes.
But like, there's a guy, Michael Knowles. I think his name's
Okay.
Michael Knowles. He's part of the Daily Wire. He's like one of those guys that's like
Okay.
on Ben Shapiro's thing and does right-wing
Mhm.
stuff. Now, he publicly says that he like doesn't think gay people should like have rights.
Okay.
Not cool, right?
He's a
Definitely
real
don't
cool
agree
guy,
with it.
yeah.
Great
Yeah.
smoke sesh, dude. Cool. But him outside of him saying heinous things about gay people, he's kind of funny, kind of seems chill,
Okay.
not that crazy, right? Kid Rock is a different story. He's pretty much shit 24/7. But someone like that where you're like, okay, yeah, you do have an opinion that's very clearly not
Very
okay.
different, yeah,
Yeah,
from
like
what we
very
think,
clearly
yeah.
not okay, and it's kind of crazy that is like a belief that you have. But then if you could just talk to the guy and never bring that up, you'd never know.
You know, here's the thing. I think we veered away from all that kind of stuff for a good bit there. You know, where like that stuff was kind of like, oh, that's not cool. Like we're not going to give these people a platform because that's not really that cool.
Right.
And now it's kind of making a comeback, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know?
think that type of media where you're actively pushing your rhetoric, I think if you're pushing
Yeah.
any rhetoric of like, this is how you need to be because this is how I am, and the country's going to be safer if we're shut up.
I really like
Like, we're just having open conversation about the
Exactly.
ideas of it. We're not trying to push anything to anyone or tell them that they're wrong. So that's my thing is I'm not trying to tell the people of Turning Point USA that they're bad people, but
I am. That's the thing is
I think they're wrong people. I think they're incorrect. I think they genuinely are deluded and incorrect.
I just think they're bad people.
But that's the thing is like some of them
Floker
have kids.
genuinely, they're just bad people.
They're raising children. They have to, you have to be you're not a fucking
That's the thing is
snake.
I'm gonna be real, on a legit moral level, from my standpoint, is
Right.
they're not good people. And if I ran into people with those same beliefs and
I wouldn't
they
be
were,
friends
I
with them.
would not be friends
Yes,
with
I
them.
would. I wouldn't
so
like
it's one of those where it's
participate
like,
and
you know, and again, not liberal, not conservative, just have a brain.
Yeah.
Just not good people.
Yeah, and I'm not even really trying to say that they're not bad people. I'm just more of trying to say like they are lost. They're lost. Like they get these headliney things going.
Yeah.
You know the whole I'm going to do my own research. You hear people say that shit?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so goddamn disrespectful to clinical scientists that are actually doing the goddamn research.
Yeah.
And then they're not even reading the PDF of like the actual research paper. They're reading an article that someone interpreted the information from and then wrote some clickbaity article with a crazy title.
Yeah.
And then that's what they're going to parties and telling people about. And then that's what they're going to the fucking retirement
think
home
it's-
outside
I
of
think
Mar-a-Lago to
a
watch Kid
true
Rock.
vast, like, it's spreading so much misinformation for this country.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
especially with what happened right now, is like, with the halftime show, dude, I don't think there's a bigger platform that you can try and actively divide our country. There's no bigger platform
That is, they are
where
directly
you can
going.
say, we can agree to disagree that this is not our thing. You can keep it to yourself, but no, we have to go get Kid Rock out of all people.
Yeah.
And then three other white people that are absolutely saying the hard R.
Kid
right
Rock
when
was
they get home.
probably the only person that like said yes to the concert. You know,
Yeah,
like they probably
yeah.
reached out to Garth Brooks. They probably reached out to, other country artists, and those country artists were like, "Yeah, no, I'm Republican, but you guys are fucking whack." Like,
Nah, that's
I'm not
where
gonna
I'm just
perform
like,
here.
no, I think like genuinely like doing something like that is a very dangerous thing to do.
I think it's dangerous. I think it's bad. I think it is manipulating of that lower percentage of the IQ level. You're making those people fired up with
Yes,
this type of
I think
behavior.
it's genuinely a
and I
dangerous
do
thing.
think that is a problem, and that is bad. But as someone that is trying to work on themselves and accept everybody,
it's
you
bad, and they're bad people.
yes, I agree. I want to just be flat out yes.
Yeah,
but
no,
it's like
you can just leave it there.
But doesn't like everyone deserve a chance to be better and to like.
Yeah, I'm not saying they don't deserve a chance to be better and make better decisions. You can always hope for
Yeah, and
that,
I guess if they
know?
just never do, then it's like, yeah, you're a shit person.
Yeah, and
I think
that's the
that's okay.
thing is I think a lot of people, it's like
I
a lot
guess,
of people won't change what they think or how they feel.
There are bad
That's
people.
why, like, you know,
Yeah.
I like to have a conversation about this, even if it is being filmed or whatever. But it's like I really don't care to like speak to people about their political or like religious beliefs and try and sway their opinion in one way or another, because it's one of those where I'm like, that's your belief and you can have that, and I'm not like it's not
And
my
I'll
place
fully
to
accept you having it. Yeah.
It's like
I'm not never
in
gonna
this situation. I'm
you.
like, this is just a conversation between two friends, and
Yes.
if people choose to listen to this, cool. Like you just get to hear what is on our minds.
Again, Erica Kirk. Comment
Code
down
word
below if
Erica
you made
Kirk.
it. If you made it here, you're an hour in.
And that's the
Please.
thing where it's just like, I don't know. I don't feel the need to change. There are some people that I am forced to talk to about this, like my grandfather-in-law.
Yeah, people. We have coworkers. Everyone has
Yeah.
like maybe a family member that's cuckoo on this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where it's
That's
like,
the thing. You love your family member. My dad's a right-wing person.
yeah,
I don't hate my father. I don't agree with him politically, but he's said things that maybe you'd consider are like, hey, that's not cool, right? But now I'm kind of like, well, he again,
Like
if
what?
you
What
don't
did he
talk,
say?
no, nope, no. If you don't talk to him about politics,
yeah.
it's fine. So it's like that's the thing. Is like
I think there's a very fine line, though. I think
I
we've
guess
reached a point where there's a fine
that
line where it's like
and still a good
there's
person.
things we're gonna disagree on. Like
Yeah.
there's still people that I have that are I have very differing opinions from, but it's like once you get to a point where you're like extremely radical with shit and you're trying to divide the country,
Yeah, I
it
don't
gets
like
very
that.
dangerous.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we're at hour 11 here. Since probably not a lot of people have made it to this point, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer me honestly. This is the reason why I don't want her to have a good day. Do you think Erica Charlie? Because I'm almost in a pretty big belief that she set up the whole thing.
Yeah. I've wanted to talk about this on here before.
We may need to bleep me saying I guess, but
yeah.
But because I learned some things and this is watching a video on Instagram,
I
but they
went
brought
down
up resources.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, so I got the resources that came up.
No, I like to question. The thing is, how I said it when everything happened is I liked to if you're not questioning every single side, how it's going to benefit one party or the other party, both parties, and specifically internally, then you're doing something extremely wrong.
Yeah, you can't just take it for blind.
If something
stuff,
on a political level of that magnitude happens, and you don't immediately go, okay, what's in it for the Democrats?
Yeah, who benefits,
on a positive thing?
Who does this really hurt? Who benefits? What are the powers at play here? And
if you just line up simple things,
just a couple
now
quinky dinks that you're kind of like, ooh, Erica, you're looking a little guilty at this point. Like
you hear the audio from like 4 days after. It was like a TP USA like meeting like 4 days after,
and she was just like, so I'm gonna run this whole shit now, right?
Like everyone here is so amazing, and this is the best day ever. And I love God, and Charlie's gone, but it's all right.
She really had a quick turnaround with that. You'd think it'd be so. I didn't know that they were only together for 4 years.
Yeah.
So she interviews for Turning Point,
and then
he
Charlie
goes,
was
"Oh,
just
I
like,
love you,"
yeah.
and they fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
And now she gets a promotion. You're kind of like, well,
There were pyrotechnics at his funeral, dude.
Why?
I don't know. It's a fucking
Crazy.
funeral, dude. It's a memorial service.
Yeah,
like
they really.
There were fireworks. There was like, it was an entire like.
It's a show.
It was an entire show. Like there's.
We'll add that to the list of things to bring back to medieval people and blow their mind. Charlie Kirk's funeral. Who the fuck?
He ruled the world, right?
No, he was our king. I guess. And then you just could
He was the king of the world, right?
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah.
No,
So,
I think.
I do think she did it. Probably, most likely.
Yeah.
Ooh. One more thing on kind of Republicans, since we've been talking about this kind of for the last little bit here.
Yeah.
Trump's email to Jeffrey Epstein
Yeah.
that had the crude drawing, right?
Yes.
You remember hearing about this where he drew like a lady in it?
Yeah, the one with the tits and the puss.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah,
says
like
we like the same thing. Not
Yes.
not very.
Not cool. Not
Oh,
great.
I was gonna say it's not sketchy. I think he's innocent. No, go on.
So, James McCann was on a pod, and I was listening to it, and his main issue with the crude drawing that Donald drew to Jeff Epp is the size of the tits.
Yeah. What?
And I went, and I'm thinking when he says that, like the size of the boobs, they're too small. And I went like, James, that's a funny joke, I guess. Oh, he should have drawn the boob, big honkers, whatever. And I was like, oh, wait, no, he's saying like a child's body.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, right. I was like, that is probably what that infers. It's like,
It really took you all that to get.
yeah, like no, I knew that was all going
Yeah.
on, but I just like didn't put two and two together. That
Yeah, 'cause
that's
you're
why
here
it
to
would have been
remember. You're like,
drawn
oh,
like that. Yeah, and I just thought he was making a joke on like, oh no, they got to be bigger honkers because that'd be funnier. He's like, no, they drew them small because that's what they like. Because
that's what they enjoy.
No bueno, no bueno, no
Wait,
bueno.
how much time are we at?
We're at 1:15. I think that's
Okay. I have one more thing I want to bring up before we
okay.
end this one.
Bring it.
So I have a specific thing that happened to us
Okay.
in high school. It was you, me, and Harley.
Okay. Oh yeah,
And I've been
yeah.
meaning to ask you about
Okay.
this. I think this will be great to end
Go,
off
go,
on.
go.
Do you remember when we were driving? So I'll set the scene for everyone listening. We live in a small town, that's backed up to basically we're surrounded entirely by Indian reservation.
Yeah.
In Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So specifically, this one side of our town backs up to because there's reservation. Most of the reservation isn't backed up to any parts where there's a tribe or buildings,
Yeah.
etc. It's just sacred land.
Yeah.
One part of town is backed up directly to the local tribe.
Yes.
So do you remember when we were driving back there? I believe it was just you, me, and Harley, and we're driving still in town, and we're
Whose
going.
car are we in? My car?
Your car.
The Prism?
The blue Civic.
Oh, the Civic. Okay.
The blue Civic, I believe.
Shouts
if I'm
out
not
2011
mistaken.
Civics.
So we're driving through those back roads that are like,
Kind of
yeah,
windy roads and
the roads, their backyards, like the houses on them, their backyards to back up directly to the reservation.
Yes.
Do you remember when we were driving through those, and we stumbled across this like weird, like brick wall, somewhat chain link fence, weird old lighting, and it was a basketball court, and we were not on the reservation.
This was like just off of the reservation.
Just off the reservation on those roads that are like.
I think I remember this.
And so it's like it's the one long road that goes all the way around that backside.
Yeah, around that backside. Yeah.
And then we go off one of those random roads on the right, which is like those neighborhoods backing directly up.
Yep.
And we're like, yo, like we've been in this town our whole lives. Like,
what is this?
Where is this basketball court? Like, there's only what? 1, 2, 3,
like 2 hoops.
three,
3 areas where there's maybe hoops.
and a few churches with hoops and shit. So it's like,
right.
we know all like growing up. You know all the spots
You know
to
where
play
all
basketball.
the spots on the ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were going to all of them. Yeah.
We're going to all of them.
Yeah.
So we were like, yo, like, obviously we were smoking pot at the time too, but you don't hallucinate,
No.
obviously.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where we're like, yo, what the fuck? This has been here forever.
Yeah.
And then it was like 2 weeks later, we told like somebody else about it. We might have told like Max or some shit.
Sure.
I remember it was like random.
Yeah.
And we were like, let's go find it again. And we drove back there for like
couldn't find
45 minutes, and it's not there. I've gone and looked again since, and it was never there. There was nothing ever there. And I remember specifically because if you drive past the reservation, just so people know, is like you drive past the reservation, you go on like a little bit of a windy road to start getting to the houses out there.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's just like we went off some road and you're in another neighborhood immediately. It's like, no, you're driving a little bit through the reservation.
Yeah, it's just kind of like open desert.
For a little bit. And then and I remember specifically, right?
Yeah.
Is we just
I
went
do
off
remember that.
one road and we were in a neighborhood.
I don't remember going back to look for it, but I do remember the first time seeing
I
it.
went.
It was maybe you went to
I think
look for
I
it.
went and I was like, we got to tell Max because he loves basketball.
Yeah. And just
And I went
there.
back and looked, and it was never there. And I've looked time and time again, and this is not a large stretch of road.
No, yeah. It's
And
a pretty narrow.
I've looked multiple times. There's nothing there. Do you think that this is like a timeline jump or something? Do you think we might have entered like
Future or past? Maybe for a sec.
Do you think we
What
entered
do you think it was past or future?
a different timeline, a completely different timeline? Do you think for some way, some shape or form, we may have entered some kind of alternate timeline where it could be another dimension, it could be another timeline?
Yes,
and that basketball court was there in that exact timeline, and then we kind of traveled back to where we were, and it put us in this. This is what Harley said: is it put us in this exact spot to start doing something like this. If that never happened,
maybe. Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
because that is
never
a
know.
very strange, otherworldly experience.
I do think that could easily be the case. Not like easily, like that like could be the case.
Okay, we got some time.
That could be the case because one time I was driving and I had my girlfriend at the time in the passenger seat, different one in the bottom, and I accidentally, I can't believe I did this. I ran a red light, like just fully, like I literally for some reason just didn't pay attention, didn't clock that it had turned red, and I just like went right through. And I again, no clue why, but I remember as soon as we got on the other side, she was like, "Did you just run that red light?" And I was like, "Oh my God, was that a red?" And she was like, "Yeah, that was red like the whole time." And I was like, "Oh," and right then my heart like dropped in a way where I went like, I think we like died there. Like I think we got hit. And I almost went like, we went into like almost a different timeline where we didn't.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm almost like a timeline of mine did just die right there.
Yeah.
Like I almost felt like I was like, yeah, like that was, there's no way. And I've gone through intersections that were sketchy before. I don't know why that time.
You had this specific feeling.
Yeah, I had this weird feeling where I was like, yo, if there is a multiverse theory, one of mine just got fucked back right, like right there.
Dude, Harley and I had a kind of over by your old house, your parents' old house. It was right off that road, Aspen.
Yeah.
Instead of turning right to Aspen, you'd turn left.
Okay.
You know that weird turn?
Yeah.
So we turned there, and we're driving. I don't remember exactly what even happened, Harley. Do you?
Well, it was just like a turn like this.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like wrapping around. Oh, shit. So you guys like started cutting a corner?
Yeah, it was like...
The road like clearly was like just, it was a turn that kind of went out, so you'd think it'd be a cul-de-sac, but it wasn't.
Right.
It just went out and there was a road.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah,
so
I've
we,
seen
like,
those like kind of turns
we
before.
entered
Yeah.
like
We thought it was
this,
a cul-de-sac.
and we had been there before.
But then you're on a new road, and you're like, yo, where the fuck are we?
Yeah, so we like, I'm starting to like turn the car around, and I'm just going around the cul-de-sac, which is called what in other places?
Cul-de-sacs.
Cul-de-sac
It's all
here
cul-de-sacs.
in Arizona. It's called something different. End of the street where it goes out in a circle.
Yeah.
And we'd been there before, and we're just driving in a circle, and I'm just trying to turn around, and then we're just on another road, and I'm like, we just timeline jumped.
Yeah.
Like
right, yeah.
we're on a different multiverse.
It could have happened easily.
Super interesting.
It was the same thing. What was the feeling?
Yeah,
It was a
right.
feeling
It's
where you're like,
there's
this
a weird
isn't right.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something happened right there.
And here we are today.
And here we are today. It all wouldn't have mattered anyways.
With that, we're running out
Hopefully
of
you
time.
made it this far. We're running out of time. I love each and every one of you. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. SoberNotSober69@gmail.com. W Energy Drink, SoberNotSober at checkout. Get 10% off for W Energy.
Yep.
And
Erica Kirk did it.
Erica Kirk did it.
Also, if you listen on any other platform,
Oh, yeah. Apple, Spotify, your mom.
leave a comment where you can leave a comment. Leave a heart where you can leave a heart. Leave 5 stars where you can leave 5 stars.
Comment something you like, comment something you don't like. And if you subscribe, comment, and like, again, full whatever you want to do to my body. Love you.